Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Michigan State Spartans taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Spartans will boot it away to start the game. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. So the Oregon Ducks offense will have the first possession of the game. And here comes the quarterback, and one thing you know for sure, with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Trucks through the defender. Tackled, but he has a first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed, speed, speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. The defense all over that loose ball, and now they're bringing it back. Touchdown, Spartans. The defense takes matters into their own hands. The defense comes up with the fumble and takes it to the house.
The old scoop and score. Create the fumble, pick that puppy up, take it to the house. Great job by the defense, not only forcing the turnover, but getting points out of it.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. It's complete to the left. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. And they pick up just 1. It'll be 3rd and 9. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Ducks send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. So the Michigan State Spartans offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And both of these teams love to use the tight end, Jesse, and they do it very well.
And both of these quarterbacks know who their go-to guy is. It's the tight end, as you just mentioned, Reese. These guys find ways to get open, and they make their quarterbacks look good.
Oh, they make them look real good. Big, strong bodies can catch the football, can make plays after the catch. The modern tight end position just continues to expand.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
He's got an open man. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Spartans will hustle to the line.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on third down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. They want to throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. And the Spartans are moving quickly down the field. The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Get it out on the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. The Spartans decide to punt it away. His first one of the day gave that leg a workout 5 times in last week's victory. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking for a productive play on first down. On the ground, it's Martin. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That is the exact situation that every defense draws up. I want you in 3rd and long. I want you in a predictable passing situation. But I don't want you with that guy, because that guy can run around, scramble, buy time, make 3rd and long look like 3rd and short, and pick up a first down.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Right back to the well. Just plowing ahead. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and Michigan State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. First down to start the drive after the break. Now from inside the red zone. The quick out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, we have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
On the option. Now the toss. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time. No hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. And that's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they're executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay it off with the score.
Yeah, and I think this defense is riding the bend but don't break philosophy. Don't give up explosive plays. This offense, Jesse, has to find a way to manufacture some big plays and some scoring opportunities.
Man, I don't know if they're going to win, David, if they have to keep driving 8, 10, 12 plays. You're right. You got to find chunk plays somewhere. So identify the guys that can score touchdowns and get them the ball.
Wants to fire on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Johnson. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Really nice job on that throw, just giving his guy an opportunity to catch the ball. It kind of reminds me about Bill Burke, a guy I played against back in the Citrus Bowl when I was playing. He was throwing to Plaxico Burress, and he just kept putting the football in Plax's range, and we just couldn't stop the two of them. They went up and down the field on us all day long throwing it. If you just give your guy a chance like he did right there, I don't know if this defense can stop him.
After the misfire now on second down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He breaks a tackle. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game. But when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Try and play action. Fires to the right. Intercepted. Looking for more room. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Oklahoma State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Going over the top. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They took their time out of the gate, but now starting to try to take control of this game on offense here in the second. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, 1 snap, put it in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. The play action fake. That's caught. It's Johnson. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Caught, close to the marker, it's Glover. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He'll ride his man on the option. Keeps it and gets past the chains. Oh, what a move to get room. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got a man, it's Silva. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. This offense has put on a display in the 1st half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. Here comes the option. Touchdown Ducks! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the 1st half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
They go to the counter. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Spartans line up to punt it away. They'll look to pin them deep. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense. To be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He'll pull it down. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will.
And the Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This guy fits that Spartan quarterback mold, a guy who makes plays, a Jeff Smoker, a Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, a guy that you can depend on. You got to find that guy that can complement who you are and what you are, and so you can get a lot of the fans going, go green, go white. Find the complemented quarterback to this offense.
They'll keep it on the ground. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
From the gun, the ground game. They make the stop at the 19 after a pickup of 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
The Spartans want to pick up the tempo. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Mark it off as a 6-yard gain down to the 6-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down can pick up the first without scoring. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It is good.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Wide out in motion. Now on the option. At the 40, there he goes. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
I really like this guy running the option. I tell you, you go back to the mid-2000s in Eugene, there was a coaching change, and there was sort of this paradigm shift offensively, going more up-tempo, being more explosive, but also utilizing the quarterback's feet to hurt defenses. This guy would have fit into Oregon back then. He certainly fits into this offense right now. He is dangerous.
You don't have to make things complicated. You seize zone, you throw the hitch, you pick up some positive yardage.
Yes, Reese, that's easy when my guy's really fast and quick. Those guys in the slot, get it to him after the catch is their specialty, can make some magic happen.
I'll tell you, this guy can just take games over. He can just make things happen when it doesn't look like anything's there. That time they go RPO. They're expecting to throw the football and have to make a play, but nobody's open. This is like Sandlot football. He just tucks the ball himself, and he goes and gets it. He knows where he is on the field. He knows where he needs to get that first down. He's just playing above the X's and O's right now.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. Quick toss. Finds a crease at the 20. And how much running room have they been able to find just all day? They are piling up unbelievable rushing stats. Snap in the shotgun. Pressure coming. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open...
Just steamrolling his way through. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. After a drive this long, a field goal would be a punch in the gut. It's 3rd and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, here's an interesting decision. It's early in the game. Do you want to be aggressive and try to seize momentum and go for this? Or do you just take the field goal and take the points?
Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 8 over Oklahoma State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. And this offense just can't afford not to get the 1st down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here. Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Second down coming up. They'll run it from the gun. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Now facing a third and long. Quarterback checking off. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. That's caught. It's Casper. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. A couple of yards short of the first down in your own territory, but they are going to go for it on fourth. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Crosses the 45. Got a lot of running room. Past the 10. Touchdown, Oregon! And the pummeling has started.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Finds his man. It's Parachek. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Henry. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Spartans have it with a 1st and 10. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. After misfiring, it's second down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Oh, picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. They recover their own fumble. Somehow, who knows how they got that thing back. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. They'll run the option. Across the 25, he's got room. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
The Ducks are rolling down the field. Caught behind the line. It's Casper. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. Wants to throw on second down. Touchdown, Ducks! And the stomping has commenced. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No.
And down he goes back with the 3.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Here they come on 2nd and 3 from the 20. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the single running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute lately.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. At the 35, he's open. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. He's got 98 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. Now on first down from the 28. They're going to ride this running back. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead, you want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting push and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
Shakes off the defender. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Here they come, facing third and long from the 20. The give to the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense.
Touchdown, Oregon! And the route is on. You see some confidence over there as they're closing in on a Week 7 win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes... This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
The Spartans will line up to punt it away. Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The offense lining up for a first down play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they built this lead. They've had a great day today.
He's looking for a man on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
On third down, going up top. He's got it down the middle. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves